Hi, I'm Rance Crain, the editor-in-chief of Advertising Age and Crain Chicago Business. I'm in the apartment with Dan and Ruth Edelman, longtime friends of mine, and Dan being one of the best PR guys in the business, and my favorite PR guy, by the way.
Thank you very much.
And as you know, Dan runs or his son now runs, and Dan is still very active, the biggest independent PR firm in the world, with over 50 offices worldwide, from Kuala Lumpur, my goodness gracious, to New York City. And the occasion for this interview is Dan is about to turn 90. And I did a column on him when he turned 80, so I thought the least I could do was come back and see,
Okay.
what's changed. So Dan, you started your PR business back in '52.
Right, 1952.
How did all that come about?
The late Don Nathanson saw me hard at work. He was the ad manager of the Tony Company, which of course I'd never heard of, Tony Twins. Don saw me working and he said, "Would you like to move to Chicago? I think I got a spot for you. You be the PR director, I'm the ad manager, and I think you could do a good job." I said, "Sure, sounds terrific."
What was it like at Tony in those days? What did you do for Tony?
We had lots of sets of twins, probably 25, 30 sets of twins who you couldn't tell the difference from the one who had the Tony and the one who had the expensive beauty shop wave was the main theme. And I had to carry that out through public relations. We did a media tour, which my good wife Ruth remembers, where we traveled the twins who had become famous because of advertising in Vogue and Cosmopolitan and publications of that order. And it was carried on then through public relations, which reinforced the recognition and the image that we tried to carry over from the advertising effort.
I remember a story you told me 10 years ago when you were 80 about you got the two vice presidential candidates, Alvin Barkley and the other guy, to both...
Warren. Chief Justice Warren.
Oh, yeah.
Was the other guy.
Oh, yeah. And you got them to kiss each of the Tony twins, and the newspapers would put them together, and you got in a lot of front pages.
We sure did. It clicked terrifically well. We had crowds of women coming in and wanting to meet the Tony twins, and it was everything we had hoped for, and then some.
Yeah. And then I know another one of your big clients was Sara Lee.
That's true. We made a presentation to the CEO, Charlie Lubin, the founder of the company, and bang, 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 we knocked off the new business. It was much easier than it is today.
One of the things we talked about is that to be successful in anything, you got to be very focused. I mean, you can't worry about the other guy. You just got to do your business. Was that sort of your attitude?
There's no question that we had to show that we were enthusiastic and confident that we could do good work for clients. And I was relatively early in the PR business, and we scored.
What made you decide to stay independent?
We just felt that that was the way to go. My son, Richard, who's CEO of our company now, I'm chairman, he works in New York, and I guess the change was made 5 or 6 years ago. And I'm very happy with it. He's happy with it. And at my age of coming on 90 in a few days, I'm fortunate that I have a guy as good as he is who can...
and of course, you got two other kids in the business.
That's true, and they're very productive.
John and Renee.
John and Renee, they're very productive in different areas. They're not handling clients. They're doing different things.
In those days, PR took a back seat to advertising. And you always thought that wasn't really the way it should be. Why is PR, in your opinion, more important than advertising?
Well, for one thing, you're dealing with the CEO. The structure is established and the CEO hires you. There may be an advertising guy or a public relations director in the company who's involved, but the CEO finally makes the choice of a public relations firm.
You know, as you know, Dan, my dad started Advertising Age back in the beginning stages of the Depression in 1930. But what kept him going was he was a very enthusiastic guy. So how important is enthusiasm in the overall scheme of things?
If you're not enthusiastic, how can you expect the client to be enthusiastic about what you're doing? You had to be enthusiastic. And we have never handled a client and not demonstrated that this is a great idea and we hope you'll follow our suggestions and work toward making it a reality, your company, and this is a big chance for you at a modest price. We're a lot less costly than advertising, and that's a factor that helps us get business and keep business.
What kind of advice does a good PR firm now give clients?
We tell them, first of all, not to be shy, to be out there and to be telling their story. And we're here for that purpose. We're going to help you get positioned so that the company is being projected all the time as a leader, as a competitive force in your field.
Well, Dan, it's always a great pleasure to be with you. I wish you nothing but the best. I wish you a great 90th birthday and many more to come. And I admire everything you've done so much. So thanks for letting me come in and chat with you.
Thank you for having me.